We have a giant scandal involving the ex-GOP governor of Kentucky, Matt Bevin. That's this guy right here. Take a look at this. This is the New York Post reporting. Kentucky Democrats are demanding a special prosecutor investigation of former Republican Governor Matt Bevin for the hundreds of pardons he handed to convicted criminals on his last day in office this week. Bevin's more than 400 pardons and commutations, some for people guilty of gruesome murders and rapes, came to light Wednesday, a day after his successor, Democrat Andy Beshear, was sworn in as governor. One of the pardons went to convicted murderer Patrick Baker, whose brother hosted a fundraiser for Bevin in 2018 that netted $21,500 for the then governor's campaign. We want to make sure that there's not this pay-for-play going on with gubernatorial pardons, said Representative Chris Harris, or State Representative Chris Harris told the Louisville Courier-Journal. Okay, so over 400 pardons. How many of those pardons were of nonviolent offenders? Less than 100. The overwhelming majority of those pardons were for violent offenders. In many instances, these people who were pardoned were relatives of high-dollar GOP fundraisers. Again, this guy gave $21,500 to his campaign in 2018, and actually, one of the articles said that he was given money to wipe out the remaining campaign debt that his campaign had. So this guy needed to get rid of his campaign debt, and you got, a GOP sugar daddy coming in, and he's like, hey, listen, dog, I could take care of that for you, but what are you going to do for me? I have a family member who's in a little bit of trouble at the moment. Guys, one of the people he pardoned was convicted of raping a 9-year-old. You have murderers, you have rapists. All these pardons. Now, if it was a situation where, you go through them and you go, well, in all these cases, there was a reasonable doubt. That's one thing. But it doesn't look like that was the case. It doesn't look like it's the case that in all these cases there was reasonable doubt. No, it looks like he's doing political favors. Because he's a total corrupt sellout. And that's where we are. So now, some violent people are roaming the streets. And listen, one of the criticisms of the left is they're soft on crime. No, I'm tough on crime that should be crimes. Any crimes that should be crimes, I'm tough on those crimes. Any crimes that shouldn't be crimes, I'm as soft as it gets because they shouldn't be crimes and all those people should be let out. Every single nonviolent drug offender should be freed today. But people who are guilty of murdering and raping, and the evidence is overwhelming, I'm pretty tough on those crimes. They should be behind bars. What Bevin's doing is, I don't care. I don't care what they were guilty of. I'm going to free them if you've donated to me. I'm going to pay back the bribe. I scratch your back, you scratch mine. He came out afterwards because everybody's like, what are you doing? He came out after he did a tweet thread and he went people deserve a second chance. But he said, no. The case that everybody's talking about with that 9-year-old girl, her hymen was intact. So that's why he didn't do it. Pretty sure the jury was presented with a hell of a lot more evidence than just what he said there. And I'm pretty sure that they made a much more rational decision based on all of the evidence than this guy did. And I'm also pretty sure he's just trying to do a cover story for the fact that he's insanely corrupt. And he has no core, he has no moral beliefs, no ethical beliefs, he has no soul. And, nobody has a soul because that's made up. But I digress from that. He's a bad dude, man. And, I would bring this up. If I was a Democrat running at any state office, even at the federal level, I'd bring this up. Be like, do you want the party in power who pardons rapists of 9-year-olds because they took money for their political campaigns? Well, then the Republicans are your party. If you don't want that party, there's another one for you.